Welcome to Cards Retro Reviews. I'm gonna come forward. I'm gonna come clean and admit that I am a fan of Enya. Call me what you want, but I do like her music. But I was just thinking, do you reckon fucking Enya would be like having sex with a cloud? Or maybe after sex she she goes into one of her songs and you're like, Enya, calm the fuck down. Not today. The story at the start of the game tells us that there's this place in Asia that cannot be found on any map called Tokyoto, but everyone calls it Tokyo. You mean the fucking capital of Japan? That little city all the way down there? Yeah, I don't know what you're on about. You've lost me. The two biggest things in this city are magnetic inline skates and jet set radio, hosted by Professor K. Last time I checked, since I'm so gangster, Professor K was slang for drug dealer. And if it isn't, it should be. You won't find this shit on any Google search, no. This is what you learn on the streets. And these streets sound way too dangerous, even for a video game. Should I get myself involved? I don't want to be in too deep on this one. It seems like a lot to commit to. If a city's biggest exports were skates and music, I don't know if it'd be a thriving city in today's economic environment. Skates is one thing, and music can now be sold all over the world, but you would still need to have some sort of online means, like an iTunes store, for it to work. And back in 2000, I don't think such a thing existed. The people who made Winamp wanted to get such a service off the ground before Apple. But since AOL were backwards retards hell-bent on selling their shitty AOL service, Nullsoft missed that opportunity. You build a posse by following all the tutorials and finishing various levels to gain more people. You're here to graffiti on as many walls and not to get fucked by the cops in the process. I love how they warn you at the start of the game not to graffiti as it's bad. Cause thanks, I didn't know that. What sort of retard plays a game like this and thinks that it'd be fine to replicate this in real life? One of the things people have been saying about the HD remake of Jet Set Radio was the controls are a bit shit. Has anyone thought to try the original and see how that compares? Turns out the controls on the original aren't much better. This is a rad game and definitely original, but there are two things that I noticed. The controls are a bit shit and take some getting used to. I fucking raged so hard when I started playing this. At least it still made me pick up the controller after I threw it on the floor, along with a tanty like some spoilt bratty kid. The second problem was the difficulty was set to Asian. What the fuck, Japan? I know it's you! I can't shred guitar, or complete Dark Souls on the hardest setting, or figure out any maths that includes letters. I don't expect my hand to be held. But okay, sure, the tutorial was a nice start to the game. The first level had cops, and the main cop dude could run as fast as I could blade. It's hard enough to jump in a straight fucking line without a cop tackling me to the ground and having his minions hoard over me and group rape me until I die. I had to jump onto a van, and then onto a truck, and then onto a building ledge, and that shit is hard enough to get right as it is. The sound in this game is nothing short of excellent. Perhaps when it came out in 2000, all the problems I'm experiencing now may have been overlooked because we've got better, more accurate controls, and anyone who sticks up for it would only be doing it on a nostalgia basis. I never owned this game in 2000 and perhaps I'd be singing a completely different song. But having said all of that, I would still recommend this game highly as an integral game for the Dreamcast without a shadow of a doubt. Even though the two glaring problems it has are a big deal, it is more than the sum of its parts. Everything else seems to make me want to pick it back up again and finish the game and fuck the cops that continue to anally rape me without the barrage of bullets. Playing this makes me want to go out and buy an original Xbox along with Jet Set Radio Future. Talking about radio, I was reading about this channel called UVB76. It's a call sign of a shortwave radio station that usually broadcasts on the frequency 4625 kHz, an AM suppressed lower sideband. It features a short, monotonous buzz tone, repeating at a rate of approximately 25 tones per minute, all day, every day. The station has been observed since 1982, and on rare occasions, the buzzer signal is interrupted and a voice transmission in Russian takes place. Despite much speculation, the actual purpose of this station remains unknown to the public. Voice messages from UVB-76 were very rare until a sudden spate of activity in the latter half of 2010. They are usually given in Russian by a live voice and repeated. Here's an example of one.
Good morning, Vietnam! Wow! I feel good. Time to rocket from the Delta to the DMZ.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for?
Oh my god.
Would I recommend this game? Yeah, it's a no-brainer, and it's a must-have. You might find it frustrating initially, but you'll go back, and you'll enjoy it. As always, thank you very much for watching. Click on the TV to see the last review, and click on the name underneath the television if you'd like to subscribe.